Admit, creator, admit. Okay, so the most important thing for CCNA1 and the first part of CCNA we are done. What is CCNA1? We come here. Yeah, so the most important thing, especially for packet tracer, is number system, convert binary to decimal to hexadecimal, basic router configuration, host name, the 3 password, encrypting, and all this stuff. IPv4 and subnetting IPv6. This one is not difficult, IPv6. For IPv6, you just need to configure an interface with the 2 type of addresses and how to omit leading zeros. Yeah, so these are, yeah, and here, I can say here, yeah, for packet tracer. Anything else we'll be doing now is theory. So chapter 3 and 4 we did, chapter 1, 2, and 3 and 4 we did, the OSI model, layer 1, layer 2, layer 3, the network layer, layer 3. So what we didn't do yet is the ARP. Then we can do layer 4 of OSI. Layer 4, layer 5, 6, and it will be same thing. Yeah, so today let us do these layers, then we'll do the ARP a bit later. ARP is only 20 minutes, so it's not too much important. And ICMP also, it's not, we are very short, we can do later. So for today, we're going to do the layer 4 and layer 5. Then on Thursday, we finish. Then you'll get 2 weeks free to do your own revisions, finish also your chapter exams. Let me check who is doing chapter exam and not doing. Please do them. It will help you for your own career, for your own IT knowledge. It's very important. What is this one? I'm going to check who is doing and not. Then I go to your CCNA. Yeah, you're here. Yeah, so only 6 students did the first group. Any other student, please don't forget to do them. It's very important. That one for chapter 1, for the group 1, the first exam, chapter 1, 2, 3, which is an exam. After chapter 4, 5, please unmute yourself. Please mute yourself, please. After chapter 4, 5, 6, 7, you also have a second exam. That should be done also. So these 2 weeks of revision, please try to clear always chapter exams. It will help you to. We have 29 people we didn't do. So please do them. It will help you to. For the system also to generate your certificate, because if the system sees that You only do the final exam. We'll ask, how come you don't do chapter exams? And finally, you get 100% somewhere. It will be suspicious. Yeah, so please do your chapter exams. So now, if you go to the transport layer, layer number 4, let me see what we can check there. It's very simple. Huh? It's only 2 protocols. And I'm going to restart this PC. A transport layer, layer number 4, it means what? You want to send something in, let's say in China. Which courier are you going to choose? Are you going to use South African Post Office? Huh? Then we call that UDP. Are you going to use so UDP? There is no guarantee that it will arrive. It's but it will arrive. You cannot trace. But if you use, for example, a DHL, it's expensive, but it's more reliable. You can see every day where your parcel is. You can track, and when the destination is getting your parcel, you also receive a notification. For that, we call it TCP. That's all. That's all for this chapter. Which courier are you going to choose? So transport layer will get only two protocols, and transportation of data. And okay, you can read this one. Can you read 1 minute and we continue? Okay. Mhm. Today is what we 12. Mhm. Okay, so transport layer responsibilities. Okay, you can also read this one. It's not much important, but I'm checking something with system here. Okay, we continue. So these are the two, let's say, transport companies that will send your parcel from Cape Town to, let's say, Beijing to Cape, or to Kinshasa, or to Paris. You can use TCP, that is more reliable. It's similar to DHL, UDP, yeah, like South African Post Office or normal post office. So now we have some applications that need more security, more reliability of transport to make sure that your receiver receives, and we have other protocols that we don't need that. We don't need if you receive or not. That not of a problem. You see. So with TCP, any application can use either TCP or UDP. Now let's check. Yeah, for TCP, it's more reliable. As I say, if you know DHL, we are more reliable. Everything. If you lose your stuff, you can refund and all this stuff. Yeah, so you can read this one. Okay, so now any other slide, we're going to explain more what is TCP, what is UDP, and some protocols using TCP, some protocols using UDP. That's all. So now this is the definition of UDP, TCP, and this is an example of definition of UDP that you can also check. Connectionless, it means I don't need my recipient to be aware that I'm giving. For example, a phone call. If I'm calling Fabienne, for example, I need Fabienne to pick up the phone to say, hi, Mr. Max. Then I say, hi, Fabienne. Then this one, we say it's connection oriented. I need my destination to be available before we start talking. We call it TCP. TCP is connection oriented. UDP, it's not. I call you, you pick up your phone or not, I drop a message and bye. You see, that's UDP, connectionless. You can also check that. Okay, so now that you know a bit the difference between these two, you can also check again some difference between UDP and TCP. See TCP, we have some applications. If you want to use email, the web, we use TCP for transport of the data. You see, it's more reliable. If I receive my parcel, I'll send you, hi, I did receive. If the packet is lost, you can get a refund. So resend of that data. You can say, hey, I didn't receive, can you please resend? You see. So it's more reliable. This one is the opposite. You can also check that. Okay, so normally that's all for now. Here we're going to explain more how it works and all of this stuff. You must establish a session first. You see, connection oriented. You must make sure that Fabien is pick up the phone. Hi, Mr. Max. Hi, Fabien. Then we start communication. So if you understood what I said, it's fine. It's okay. That's 80% of what you should know for this chapter. Anything else, we're going to explain more, explain more, explain more, and you can get lost. That's why sometimes I prefer giving what is the most important than anything. So here we're going to explain how DHL works. They come to your place, we collect your parcel, you pay them, we go to the office, we take your package, we put in DHL package, and what in the background, we're not interested. So here it will be simple. We're going to explain, you see, all this stuff. You can just read, but what's most important is some applications using TCP. HTTP for the web, port 80. You should also know your port numbers. FTP, which on the port what? I think port 21, yeah. FTP to port 21. SMTP to send emails. HTTP to go to the web, port 80. FTP to download files or to upload files. When you want to upload files in the cloud, in your Google Drive, or you want to download, something from internet, is FTP. Port 21. SMTP to send emails, port 25. SSH, remote access in a secure way. Then we call it what? It is port 22. So you should know the definition of the application and the port number. As a network engineer, if you don't know, do some research, document yourself. UDP also, we're going to explain how it works. Post office, when you drop your parcel, what's happening in the background? Yeah, so you can read yourself. These are some applications using UDP. So you can check this slide for 1 minute. Okay. Okay, so these are port numbers, and as I was explaining, you should know the port numbers. It's like when you there is something called socket. For example, you want to upload a file, and you want to upload your file on Google Drive. So when you upload in your data, if you open your data, we'll see your MAC address, where the packet come from, the destination address, source IP, your IP address, your destination, and also what type of application is that. You see, destination. Okay, don't focus on the source. It's just a number. What's the most important is the destination. I want to upload or download, then it port 21 FTP. This one here, maybe you're browsing, you want to do some research on what SMTP means. So your request, if you open your request, you have your MAC address, the IP. Now, what type of packet is that? Is it 80? It's a web packet. So anytime you send data, yes, we have our MAC address, our source, our IP address, MAC address that will be managed by the switch, IP address that will be managed by the router, and also what type of packets I'm dealing with. Is it a gun inside? Is it a pharmaceutical product? Is it food? You see, here is web. Then the PC will know, this one is web. This is the way I'm going to deal with. One second, I'm checking. Yeah, so this is how it is. In case you cannot hear me properly or cannot see my screen, please call me on WhatsApp for me to know. So this is another thing in network engineering. So you can also check, you can read 1 minute, and so we continue. Okay. After that, so port numbers, it's something you should know. We have a well-known port that you should know. I think we have 10 of them you should know by heart. And anything else that we don't need. But what you should know as a network engineer, these 10 you should know by heart. There is no way you can say you're a network engineer, you don't know this one. Job interview, we also ask port number to identify what kind of parcel I'm dealing with, which protocol is using it, and what the name of the application. So port 20, port 22, SSH using TCP. So this one you should know. So check quickly and we continue. Remember, this training is international. So anywhere you go in the world, it means you know IT, you know networking. So please take it. What is this? So, searching. Okay. Okay, let's start. If you want to view some on your laptop, what are the application using currently TCP? You can tap Let's Start. You show some port open for TCP. Okay, it depends on what you're looking for. You don't need to do that, but okay, you can check that later. What is the most important in TCP is something we call the three-way handshake. What do you name it? The three-way handshake. It means I'm calling, let's say, Marel, for example. I'm calling her. So before we start communicating, I'm calling her. The system is ringing, is ringing, is ringing. Then when she picks up, she says, "Hi, Mr. Max," in orange. You see. Then I reply also, "Hi, Marel." Then we can start talking. So for TCP, before the communication starts, it needs to make sure that the destination is available to communicate or to receive a parcel. So DHL, if you want to send the call, are you ready? We call the destination. Are you ready? And next week on Tuesday, we're going to deliver a parcel from Cape Town. Are you available? Are you ready? Yes. Then we can start sending the parcel. So in IT, this one is very important. You see the three-way handshake. One, two, three. You have explanation here. So you can check for 1 minute also. Okay. Yeah, so job interview, they ask what is the three-way handshake in TCP? I'm dialing the number, it's going to ring. When step number two, when you pick up the phone, "Hi, Mr. Max." Then I reply, "Hi." Then you can start talking. One, two, three, and this is the explanation. They ask a lot for job interview, these guys. Yeah, we want to make sure that Okay, we continue. One second, I'm checking something for you here. I had chapter A, chapter. I didn't ask question for chapter 6. One second, I'm checking in the 9, chapter CCNA3. Okay, after that, then also, and to establish the connection, the ringing stuff. Now, if we are done talking, how the session will close. Yeah, okay, but you don't need to memorize, huh? Just you have a three-way handshake. You can read this one. I didn't ask question. I'm trying to find. Okay, I think we are done. Anything else? It's only, and you have a video explaining the three-way handshake. Yeah. Okay, anything else? Yeah, it's not much important. You can just watch the video. So what we did is the most important. Anything else is extra info that can confuse students. That's why I don't go there. So what you should know is what we did. I'm going to pose some questions that could also help you to understand more. That's all. Yeah, for this chapter. Okay, this one for chapter. The other one is more easier. So layer number 4, we are done. So we did layer number 1, uh, physical layer. Layer number 2, data link, frame. So layer 1, anything related to the cabling, the media, wireless, the type of network cables and all that. Layer 2, data link, anything related to a switch, MAC address, frames. Layer 3, the network layer, anything related to IPv4, IPv6, subnetting, the router. Layer number 4 is what we did with transport layer, TCP, UDP. Now the last layer, 567, 567, they put it in one group. They call it application layer. So there is nothing there. I'll try to guide you 5 minutes and then. It's only 5 minutes. Application layer, I'll give you what is the most important. Application presentation and session, and the last 3 layers, 5, 6, 7, we put them in one group. And yeah, so here it is. So we did 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 today. Now this 3 we put in one. We put application. So yeah, upper layer and yeah, okay. And so you can check this one. You can check that. 1 second. You can check that. Yeah, so for this chapter, it's straightforward, and there's nothing much. There's nothing much, and yeah. Application on what DNS, HTTP. Okay, what is most important? Presentation layer, session layer. Okay, you can also check this one if there is nothing special. There is no need to memorize and just to have an idea of it. We don't ask for that. Okay, we continue. Yeah, so for the last chapter, there is nothing special. It's yeah, DHCP, we know, in port number to automatically assign. These are some application. What we can find in the application layer, we can find this DNS, DHCP, HTTP. You should know the definition and the port number, very important. So this one you can check, very important, you can check. Okay, we continue. Okay, this one not important. So this just you can just read to have an idea, but it's not so much important. And also in application layer, web and email. How when you go to internet, how it works. When you type, for example, www.cisco.com, you want to view the page. What's happening in the background? Step one. So here we're going to explain how it works. Step two, step three. Okay, there's nothing too much important here. Let me check emails. I think we did that already. Email, if you want to send email, it's SMTP that you use. If you want to download emails, the protocol responsible for downloading is POP3 or IMAP. POP3, when you download, your email is downloaded and finished. If you lose it, it's lost. IMAP, even if you download from the server, you can still get a copy. Yeah. So when you go in your net account to read, you'll see that for emails, SMTP port 25 is to send email. Now to receive email, the protocol that will be responsible for will be port 3 or IMAP. So when you want to configure an email server, we're going to ask you, what do you want to send? SMTP. To receive, which protocol do you want to use? You select IMAP or port 3. Yeah, you'll get more explanation in NetAccount. There is nothing special. Anything you don't understand, you can post in the WhatsApp group or you can send me a message and I'll explain. IP addressing domain name service. We did that for in IT Essentials. Instead of memorizing the IP address, you can memorize a name. Remind me on Tuesday, on Thursday to continue with. So on Thursday, we'll continue a bit of this chapter, and we'll do ARP and SMTP. ARP is only 10 minutes. ICMP is also 10 minutes, and this one, 20 minutes. Yeah. So on Thursday, 1 hour, we'll be finishing all this. So normally Thursday, 1 hour, we finish And it will be end the first part. So Thursday it will end the first part of CCNA1. Build a small network. It's only some readings, nothing special there. Building a small network. There is nothing there. It's on some advices. In case you want to build a network, make sure that yeah, you have a redundancy. It means if ESCOM is off, you must have a plan B, a generator. Traffic management, now this one is more for CCNP. In case in your network you're dealing with a lot of traffic, like voice, there is a way to configure the router to allow voice and videos to go first, you see, high priority and anything else. But this one is not for us. So we do the configuration at the CCNP level. Okay, these protocols, you should know SSH, HTTP, HTTPS, for the web, HTTP, HTTPS, emails, SMTP, POP3, IMAP, file, if you want to upload the download, FTP, DHCP, you should know, and DNS. So normally these things you know already. Yeah, so here's all some advices, there is nothing special. This one is chapter 13, ICMP. To verify connectivity, we can use ping or traceroute. We'll do that on Thursday. Yeah, traceroute and ping, nothing special. Okay, all these we can do what we like when we meet at the Cape Town Sun Center. Yeah, so I'll send you some questions and that also help us for to do some revisions. Yeah, anything else? It's only some advices that we can do later, no problem. Yeah. Okay, any questions? Any questions? So you see, the skills integration challenge, it's the project that you're doing, because that project is summarizing everything. IT department requires 25 hosts, sales department, this on the project, because it's summarizing the whole CCNA1. That's why I say please do it. It will help you. Anyway, on Saturday, I'll do the answers for all that. Any questions? Any questions? Any questions? So if you don't have question now, and at a later stage have a question, the WhatsApp group is there to help each other. Yeah, so we'll continue on Thursday, Thursday 14. Saturday 16 we meet. Any questions, any revision you want, we do them. Then you have your 2 weeks free. And the following week, you must do your exam. It's open. We'll start CCNA2, the second part of the training, on the 9th. But I'm still around if you need questions or something. Okay, guys, if no questions, then thank you very much for today. Shortly, you'll get some freedom to do your revisions and get ready for your exams. Very important for your career. Have a good evening and see you on Thursday.